Hi, everyone. My name is Franciria Moore with the Prosperity Agenda. Welcome to Coaching Up Close, our mini webinar series designed to work some quick tips into your busy schedule to help you improve your coaching skills. But first, let me introduce TPA. We are working to end persistent poverty, changing the way that we think about, build programs for, and coach families under financial stress. Coaching is, of course, a big part of our DNA, and we work with organizations all over the country on their coaching programs. Before we jump in, if you're joining us live, we'll be having a question and answer session at the end of the webinar. So save your questions. If you're just live and you're watching the replay, please stick around and listen to some of the questions if you have a chance. Now let's get started. Today's session is about asking powerful questions. Asking powerful questions is one of the core coaching tools that we use to move conversations forward and to gather information about participants. There is a formula to asking a powerful question, and we'll dig into that soon. But first, I want to talk about what the purpose of a powerful question is. The purpose of a powerful question is three things, as far as I can tell, three things. One, it helps a participant tap into their own inner guidance for answers. Okay, so it puts them in the driver's seat. By asking powerful questions, you are by default putting that person in the driver's seat because it gives them an opportunity to really tap into their own abilities. Two, it invites participants to be curious about themselves. How many times have you done something or achieved something, and then afterwards you went, wow, I never thought that I would be able to do that so easily? Asking a powerful question opens up new possibilities for participants, and it gives them an opportunity to be curious about what they could possibly do. What can I do? Am I really interested in that? Is that something that, is fascinating to me? It gives space for that. And then three, it opens the conversation to exploration. It really pushes the conversation forward. The purpose of a powerful question is not to get information so that the coach can jump right to a solution. I tend to be a solution-oriented person. I want to fix things. Sometimes I'm in fixer mode before I've even heard all of the problem or the scenario or the situation. Powerful questions will help slow a coach down a bit to really want to hear all that a participant is sharing with them. Powerful questions also encourages learning and dialogue. This is how we build relationships and rapport with participants. Powerful questions should not be leading, but rather and it does not presume that you know the answer. I know as a child, I remember my mom asking questions, and I could see that she was asking me the question so that I would give her the answer so she could go, aha, that's exactly what it is. You hid your homework, and that's why you have a poor grade in your homework grade for science. And so it made me not want to ask the question, because I knew if I answered the question, I would basically be falling, prey to her trap. That's the way it felt. And so we have to be careful when we're having conversations with folks and we're attempting to use powerful questions. We want to make sure that it's not asked in a judgmental tone or in a tone that kind of says like, I already have this figured out. I know what your answer is going to be. And the question should not be leading. It shouldn't be leading them to one particular solution or the other, but it really should just be about being on a fact-finding mission. Why is it important for us to have fact-finding missions or have conversations that seek to explore and have dialogue and learning? Well, the reason why is because through these conversations, you're going to begin to identify what values your participant has, like what is important to them. Why is this necessary? Maybe there's something that they're stuck on, a habit, a way of doing things that you don't understand why they're so invested in doing it that way. Well, by asking powerful questions, you'll become very, 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 very clear on what that person values. And so again, the purpose of the powerful question is not to jump straight to a solution, but rather for us to get more information. So now that I told you what the purpose is, let's talk about what the formula is. How do I get to asking someone a powerful question? So there are 5 things, and I'll slow down. I'll try to make sure that I say them a little slower. The first thing in the formula is that it needs to be short. A powerful question should be short. It should be no more than 10 words. The reason why is because, and I don't know if anyone else has had this moment where someone asks you a question and they ask it in a really long way, and by the time they finish asking the question, you don't really know what you should be answering. Well, so again, powerful questions need to be short, and they need to be simple. Number two is they should be simple, concise, and direct but respectful. They should be simple. Ask what you mean to ask. Growing up, I heard it said a lot. Say what you mean and mean what you say. It's the same thing with asking a powerful question. Ask what you want to know the answer to, and nothing else, and wait and hold that space, hold that silence, so that the participant can have a moment to process that question. But 10 words or less. Number two is being simple. Number three is it should start with who, what, when, where, how. And I want to also say, like, the why is a great question to ask, but please consider your tone when you're asking a person a why question, especially if they just answered another question and, the coach says, well, why? If the tone isn't right there, it could, again, turn off participants who may feel judged. It may feel a little judgy, like you're judging my decision or you're judging my choice, but instead, why should be asked in curiosity. It should be asked to want to understand, honestly, why did you decide to do that? Because it's going to help me understand what you value, what you find important, and how you think and consider things, how you prioritize things. Okay, so it should be asked with who, what, when, where, why, how. And then number four is it should not be closed-ended. Okay, so the way that we guard against it being closed-ended is by asking with one of those stems: who, what, when, where, how. Okay, if you ask a yes or no question, that's not really leaving a lot of space for exploration. The whole idea here with powerful questions is to get your participant talking. The more they talk, the more information you can get about them in a natural setting, so that it doesn't feel like, an interview, yes, no, maybe, 2, 3. We don't want those one-word answers. We want to really hear from them. We want to get them talking, because the more they talk, more than likely they will begin to notice some things that they can do or talk themselves right into a solution or an answer for themselves. And then number 5 is it is asked as a way to explore and gather information about values. We talked about this, or I just spoke about this. We want to make sure that every time we leave a conversation that we've taken with us at least 1 or 2 things that about that participant that we can use that will inform the way we do work with them. Much of the work that we do as a coach is contingent on what participants see as necessary for them to achieve what they need to achieve to create the life that they want. Therefore, understanding their values as a participant is paramount, because it will help us navigate how to set goals with them, how to establish support and accountability with the participant. It opens up a whole new world of possibilities when you have figured out a way to ask questions and get information. And also, powerful questions, the foundation of powerful questions is that you truly believe that a participant is creative, resourceful, and able to come up with the solutions that they need that work for their life. Powerful questions will automatically put your participant in the driver's seat. It's a great aid to make sure that you're not in the driver's seat as the coach, but that the participant is the person who is driving the meeting. They're the person who's driving the conversation. Because I've heard it said from Devin and David often that whoever is doing the most talking in the meeting, that's whose meeting it is. And so if, as a coach, you're doing the majority of the talking during that meeting, then we may need to go back and look at how well you're asking powerful questions. If you're asking a powerful enough question, that question should lead to more questions because we are exploring. We're looking for new information. We're looking for new possibilities. And so in that way, powerful questions will be a great tool for you to use, or a skill for you to have as a coach, because it gets to the deeper things a lot quicker than asking, you know, are you happy at your job? No, asking someone if they're happy at their job isn't really powerful. It's not moving the conversation forward. Instead, a powerful question would be, what is it that you like about your current job? What is it that you do not like about your current job? Instead of asking someone, why did you do it that way? You could ask, why was that important for you? You know, because if you ask, why did you do it that way? That feels like I am judging your decision to do it that way. Instead, what I really want to understand is, what was it about doing it that way that was of value to you, or was important to you, or necessary for you? Why did that fit your life? And so there are several questions in our TPA training supplement that you could go online and download that gives a pretty good explanation about asking powerful questions. One is, will you arrive on time? Instead of asking time, a question will be on time. Again, that question is more about them exploring what they can do in that situation, and not about yes, no, right, wrong. It's less about the journey. A powerful question is about the journey. A close-ended question is about the destination. And so we want to be able to set our participants up for success, in that they understand how to navigate the journey, and not necessarily that they're looking to jump right to the destination. Because we may not always be there with them, and we want to make sure that in those moments where they aren't, they've built the capacity within themselves to answer those questions, because they understand how the journey works. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Join us next month for more coaching tips and resources, and be sure to stick around for question and answer portion. And of course, if you have any questions about our coaching training programs, or if you would like to sign up for the next Coaching Up Close webinar, please visit us at theprosperityagenda.org.